Just because you can say something doesn't mean you should. This is a perfect example of how quickly someone's honesty can turn it into indiscretion.
Some people are really still very much caught in the mindset of it's got to be me instead of it's got to be we. Brain makes assessments based on what we see about how likely something is. And so we watch something on screen and we see true crime and we're watching like a true crime series or a drama or repeated exposure to these kinds of things. Our brains start calculating the likelihood and the percentages of danger as much higher than it is in reality because we've been watching it back to back on television. So you said, may life treat you how you treat Black women.
Oh,
But I'm not going to leave it there. I love that as a final word, but I know our audience though, and I know our audience treats Black women well. So I want to flip that a little bit, and may you be loved softly and in a way that regulates your nervous system. Be blessed, bitch. Be blessed.
and we're back.
And we're back. The autoresponder is on.
Hello, Detroit vibes.
It's a vibe.
I like your shirt.
I have on my Detroit Vibes t-shirt. Thank you. I got it at the Eastern Market this weekend. I was like, I'm representing. Thank you. Thank you. It's cute.
The testicles are out. They look good.
We're trying to do that lift. That's what this workout plan is about. We're lifting, lifting and tucking. We're doing lymphatic drainage massage.
Yes, I love a good lymphatic drainage massage. What?
Yeah.
Y'all have listen, if you're listening, you have not had one, book one stats. It's like night and day. Matter of fact, I need to book one for myself because it's been a minute. I got
a little device. A little device that massages your cellulite and
is it like a Theragun?
It is, but it was much cheaper and on Amazon. I don't know. it rotates. It needs your skin like dough.
Oh,
and then it's meant to. So as you're reducing, it just keeps tightening up the skin as you reduce.
I love that.
So anyway, what?
I'm like, no free advertising. I was about to say, which one is it? I was like, no free advertising. Well, but
I know.
Yeah.
I might have to drop I will do a separate segment. So that might be my autoresponder. I'm currently out of office getting lymphatic drainage massage to reduce my cellulite.
And should.
Because that's what's up right now. That's what we're doing.
And should. So my out of office reply is Nicolandria now, Nicolandria tomorrow, Nicolandria forever.
Which is very, very appropriate.
Yes.
And we having
and
another...
also, if you know your history, you know that was part of a segregation speech that George Wallace had in Alabama in Jim Crow era. So I just switched out segregation and then put in Nicolandrias. And, our girls from Alabama, Olandria. So thought it was appropriate.
Girl, there's going to be some Nicolandria in every episode. Just so y'all know, if you, like me, have not watched Love Island, I'm sure you have not managed to escape the whirlwind that is the complete cultural takeover that is Nicolandria. So at least we know where it's coming from. And it's all good. It's the soft love era for Black women.
It is all good for the most part. I think, well, I will reduce the amount of times I mention them unless it's in a extremely positive light. We've had a rough week this last week, so.
Yeah, check on your Nicolandrian friends, y'all. They had a rough week last week.
We had a very interesting week. And
y'all might need some flowers. Are y'all okay?
We're good. No, we're great. We are great. We are fabulous. We are doing very, very well. I will definitely share an update, but yeah, it's been an interesting week. Very interesting.
All the way around, every week these days. So make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Absolutely.
I see you, girl. Who's your... I think we have the same one, so I'm going to let you take the lead on this one.
On Taylor Townsend?
Yes.
Yes.
Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
Taylor Townsend. Listen, a mom, a talented tennis player, and according to Coco Golf, a really good friend, which seems to be in short supply these days. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Ace Greene. Anyway, you may have recently heard a lot of, a lot of chatter about Taylor this week, especially she had a match on Wednesday. She was playing against another tennis player, Yelena Stepanko. At the end of the match, Taylor approached her to shake her hand. Good game, you know, what you do when you're that girl. Yelena decided, oh, what would you say?
When you're a professional.
When you're a professional.
Mm-hmm.
Yelena decided to take it upon herself to school, quote unquote, Taylor on tennis etiquette. She was telling her that there is an unwritten rule that when the ball grazes the net on the last play, you are supposed to apologize to your opponent. That's what the streets are saying. I had never heard of that rule, but apparently this is the etiquette that Taylor did not know. And Taylor, while she got fingers pointed in her face, again, she's a mom, so she is used to childish behavior, responded and said, you need to know how to lose better.
Amen. They teach that in kindergarten.
Okay. Good game. Bye-bye. And walked away with a smile. Walked away with a smile. Head held high. Skipped into the round of 16. And she's actually playing Coco, I think. No, Naomi and Coco are playing today. She's playing later today as well. But anywho, I see you, Taylor Townsend. I see you. And
we see you, girl.
We also see the other girls and the men. This is one of the Blackest US Open in like the last decade. I think there's almost 10 Black women playing, and a couple of men as well. It's a fabulous time to be at the US Open.
The representation is amazing. The guy, I don't remember his name. I think he's a French player that plays tennis like he's dunking like the NBA. I gotta find his name, but I'm looking for him. I keep seeing clips of him, and he'll come in and do a volley, and it's just like it's like he's dunking. Like he has brought the entire vibe and magic of the NBA to the tennis court. So
I love it.
So yeah, there's a lot to watch. We just bring so much flavor. We always
so much flavor, so much joy,
so much joy.
I love the turnout.
It's great.
It's really a beautiful time. I love the also the camaraderie and the support that Taylor's been getting, not just on the court with her fellow, tennis players, but off the court as well. So a lot of love for her.
Of course. Well, that should be the case. What happened was obviously ridiculous. And I don't know how those kinds of things continue to get excused. It's just like, oh, well, she was just emotional, whatever. It's unacceptable, but it is what it is. And then when you call somebody uneducated, where do you get that from? Where, really?
But apparently, Stepanko's known to not be the best, person. She doesn't have the best conduct. So people have said she doesn't have the best conduct. And also she apologized, quote unquote. And people are calling her out for her apology too.
I saw that non-apology. But the point is, when you decide to lob an insult or whatever to someone, you're making particularized decisions, which you should be held accountable for in specificity. You can't just be like, oh, you're a bad sportsman. No. Why did you call that particular woman who is educated, uneducated? Why did you think that was applicable? Why? And those kinds of things should be called out in specificity. I don't let it slide. If people have said things to me, one time somebody told me to go back to Compton when I was in LA, and I was like, where in Compton should I go back to? Because I'm not from there. I have no issue with Compton. Compton's produced some incredible people.
Exactly. Put some respect on Compton's name. If you're trying to tell me to go back to Compton, great. I will go with the greats.
But why would you? But why? Yeah, but I'm not. But why would you make that? Why would you make that statement? You know what I mean?
Because
So
it's a very uneducated thing to say.
it's
Let's not apply logic
uneducated is generous.
or
Uneducated is generous. But I'm
ignorance,
a
bigotry, all the things. Like, just girl, sit down somewhere. Sit down.
uneducated is generous. I'm like, but it's a generous day. Let's be generous.
Yes,
So
let's be generous.
Taylor Townsend, gracious and generous. We're following the example of our girl Taylor Townsend. So generous. It for me, my ICU, it's an ICU king and girl, but I don't know her name. So you know how I follow 70 plus fitness influencers. That's my
Yes,
jam.
yes. I love
So
it.
I found a new person that everybody should know about. It's Dwight Taylor. He's 76 years old and he exercises with his wife, who he calls baby girl. That's why I don't know her name. Baby girl it's her last day at 70. Baby girl is about to be 71. Look at baby girl doing her reps. Now, baby girl is his wife who's hanging from a bar doing leg ups for her abdominal work at 71.
I know that's
Baby
right.
girl is doing so. This couple is so inspirational. They are a couple that exercises together. They're fit, they're fabulous, and they are absolutely inspiration. So I'll put the link to their Instagram on in the show notes. But you should know about Dwight Williams, I See You King, and Baby Girl, I See We See You Too. That's my inspiration. When I think, oh, I can't get one more rep,
You
this
think a
is where
baby girl into white?
yeah, I think
I
a
love it.
baby girl and Dwight. So yes, that is my contribution to this week.
I
But
can't
I
wait to
also am
see
bigging up
this.
Taylor
Their
Townsend.
clips.
Oh yeah, no,
Yes.
I mean, he's out there doing push-ups. He's out push-upping his son. I added 10 push-ups to my workout regimen recently, and that I can't even get on the 10th push-up takes me about 5 minutes. I'm sitting here like, just trying to get up. I'm stuck, suspended animation, trying to straighten my arms and push up off the ground. The 10th push up takes about 5-10 minutes, but he just had it going. So I'm like, you know what? I need to do better. I need to do better. So that's fine. That's
Well,
fine.
look, you're getting there. Look, it takes
It's coming
time.
along. It takes time. It takes time and dedication and persistence, but we doing it.
Do you know how long they've been working out
Working
like
out.
that? Is this something that they've been doing all of their lives recently?
I don't think maybe it's new for her, but it seems like they have been working out together for a while. I mean, they seem both relatively fit and nimble, and they don't look their age, and they're not moving like their age. And I saw a video that he posted where he said if he doesn't work out regularly, then he does feel his age. But as long as he's working out regularly, then he doesn't feel his age, and he's not moving like his age. So it's very
Right.
inspirational. Very.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Well, what else is up? What are you on right now?
I'm really, really trying to make touch grass a full-time job. For real. Like I'm really I'm not joking. Like I've just been really focusing on not I don't say getting my life back, but since I've been on this protocol with my doctor, I've noticed an energy shift within me. So I have a lot more energy to do things. So went to a birthday party last night. My neighbor's birthday. It was yesterday. And it's really I forget how great it is to be grown and to be around grown people and to talk about grown things.
It is. It
Like,
is.
it's really great.
It is. It is great. And to do things in real life and really actually connect with people.
Yeah, like I don't think I do that enough, and I need to do more because I get so caught up in work and networking and all that jazz. But I met some great group of people last night. It was really fun. Like, really fun. Had some Asperl spritz, had a birthday cake. It was awesome.
Okay.
And then tomorrow I'm going to go hear some music in the park.
That's the live music in the park.
The live music in the park. You inspire me.
Let summer last forever. I'm so glad. I hope if you see live music and it's available to you outside, get those vibes. It's like a sound bath. It's the same thing. You're getting those vibes, those vibrations, like live music outdoors, all the fresh air. You're in the grass. You're getting the sun exposure. it's like a perfect combination for healing and rejuvenation.
Absolutely.
Get you some.
Gets my feet in the
Get
grass.
some.
And then I watched the Katrina doc.
Oh,
I
yeah, you
watched the
said you were gonna
Katrina
be
doc. Yeah, the
on
Spike Lee
Katrina docs for a
one.
while.
Mm-hmm. This one it covered a lot of the same things that the Ryan Coogler doc did, but what I appreciated about this one's a Spike Lee joint. He executive produced it and directed the last episode. I really appreciated them doing a real, that's probably a poor choice of words. Let me rephrase that because I was going to say postmortem, but
No.
you know what I mean. But doing a
Yeah.
real dive on not only the people that we lost, but the culture that was lost due to people not returning to New Orleans. Like, I think it said 40% of people didn't return. That's a huge
Really?
number. Yeah, it's a big number. And they had 1,300 cops pre-Katrina. Now they have about 800 to 900 cops. The people that did return to the Lower Ninth Ward, which was completely underwater, they did their best to bring people back with these homes that turned out to be unlivable.
See, that's what we worry about with Altadena and the post after the LA fires.
Yeah.
Is, what is going to happen, and everybody has the best of hopes and intentions, but the realities that history has shown us is that there is something to be worried about, and people have a very hard time not just rebuilding but returning to the community, reestablishing roots. Once you're somewhere else, you're there. So
yeah, because a lot of the families that left found better jobs, better schools, better pay, just a better way of living in areas outside of New Orleans. So it was really sad, but there were some bright spots. This one gentleman, I'm really mad I don't remember his name because I really want to shout out this foundation. He founded a foundation that focuses on STEM. So it's kind of like an extra curricular activity or after school program for kids in New Orleans. And they put $100,000 of their own money. And now these programs are sprouting all over. So there's some good things. People have returned. So New Orleans does have a little bit of his zhuzh back, but I didn't go to New Orleans pre-Katrina, so I can't compare and contrast. But I have to imagine that the folks that did return are still mourning what it was, right? So, yeah, I really hope that people check out the doc, especially the last episode. And if there's any way that you can, in your community, wherever there's been a natural disaster and you're really trying to focus on how do you bring whatever that is back, take a look at this couple and see what they've done. I think they're a really good example of how you can rejuvenate the community in other ways that they hadn't had before. So that's what I've been doing.
What I'm on right now.
That's what I'm on right now. Oh, I also watched this other doc called Unknown Number, and I'm upset. I'm upset.
Well, you can't just drop that and not tell us what it's about.
I'm trying to be positive. Essentially, the documentary. No, I'll say that.
Okay.
The documentary is focused on a high school teen couple, that were bullied. They were bullied via text for like a year.
This really has been a rough week for you.
And
you just in the Nicolandria doldrums. I mean, y'all listening, see, you understand. Check on your Nicolandrian friends. Girl, we're going to let you talk about this documentary, and then we are going to raise the vibe.
Yes, we're going to raise it. Well, we're going to go down low a little bit with Jesus Take the Wheel, but we're going to come back again. But the point is that there's this documentary investigated why these two teens were getting bombarded by these texts. Graphic, violent texts. And the suspect, the person behind it all, is someone that you least expected. Because I actually want you
to watch, so no spoiler. Okay. It's called Unknown Number.
It's like
I
unknown
have it right.
number, high school catfishing or something like that. Girl, I
This is
just
part of my health and healing. I'm about to talk about this a little bit. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'm on right now.
yes, please tell me what you.
It's completely different. Building the Band on Netflix. So you know I'm a Netflix reality stan. If
Yes.
basically competition shows, dating shows, Netflix, y'all are doing the thing with reality as far as I'm concerned. I am a very proud Golden Goblet carrier again. And y'all have done things to me personally, I feel like, with Love is Blind. I feel like you have taken my love for granted, but I'm still here. I'm still here. And so, building the band, building the band. Now, this is look at it as Love is Blind meets American Idol. And these
Oh.
individual singers are auditioning for each other, and then they get voted on to become connected, and then they have to kind of date, like singer date, to see if they want to be in a group together. They have little conversations, and some people are like catty and conniving, and they are non-committal, and then they're trying to get other people to commit, but then they don't want to commit, and it's just all the
Hmm.
things. It sounds more dramatic than it actually winds up being, because then they very quickly resolve whatever it is and they wind up in their little groups. But some of these people can sing. So it's very, very interesting. And I would recommend it if you like music, you like you like singing competition shows. This is combining some of the elements. I mean, it's almost a little bit of a Frankenstein, because I'm like, where did the Love is Blind component come in? With a singing competition, who smoked what to come up with this? Like, I could just
Right.
imagine the pitch meeting. Like, um, okay, so like, Love is Blind is doing really good, is doing really, really well for us, and I think like, I think we need to take the elements. I think what people like about Love is Blind is that they're not seeing each other and they're talking. So like, so we need to have not seeing each other and talking, not seeing each other and talking, and then people like singing. So like, singing, not seeing each other and singing. Yeah, not seeing each other and singing. That's and then like being in a group together is like getting married. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is what it is. This is it. This is it. This is how I feel like this is what happened. I feel like somebody
That
smoked
is
some really
hilarious. You know what?
I feel like that's how it went down, because I'm like, where did you get this idea? But
I
that's okay.
If
I
you had
made it
told
through
me
3
that was how
episodes.
it came about, I would believe you.
I mean, I made it through 3 episodes.
Because the
So
way that people be coming up with concepts, I'd be like, there's a doc game show on Hulu. It's not a doc game show. It's a dating game show on Hulu where people are trying to find their first person to have sex with.
oh no.
I think it's like, are you my first?
I can't. I don't even know what to say about that. What? I, there's so many. There's so many. There's so much. I'm really.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should have to audition then. If you're going to take it there, then you need to come with referrals and an audition.
I need to read Yelp reviews of how you get down, just in
I know.
case.
If you're holding on to it like that, then you need to then you really do, and
You better
it's
get
worth
some
a television
reviews.
show. You better go,
Mhm.
because I largely disappointing. Let me just say.
I
So
think it's called Are You My First?
you just can't put that much on it. But
So,
anyway,
okay. So who are your favorites so far on Building the Band then?
so my favorite right now is Aaliyah. She's my fave, but there are some other ones who I'm watching closely, but she's the one who I know by name, and
Mhm.
she can sing, honey. She's a throw your shoe kind of singer, so I like her a lot. And what I also am on, aside from Building the Band, is
Mhm.
cooking classes. So in-person cooking classes. I don't know if you've thought about doing this, or people think about cooking classes, but it's like, whatever, and then maybe don't follow through. But it's like a good idea that a lot of people don't follow through on. So I had to do some research for projects, and I'm like, I'm gonna sign up for these cooking classes, see what's going on, and done 2 in a week. It is basically the equivalent of a live show that you get to participate in, and then also eat the set.
Yeah.
So cooking classes, I've been doing that, just doing live in-person activations. So getting a chance to meet other people, getting a chance to learn something new, getting a chance
Mm-hmm.
to try something new. That has been what I'm on right now. So now I'm thinking about, because part of what I'm collecting in Detroit are experiences. And I'm probably going to write about this. I'm going to incorporate it. So part of being here is getting the vibe of the setting, which is what I do a lot in my writing. Like, I need to know what's the energy of a place. And so
Yeah.
trying to get to all these different places and really experience it in the texture of a place. But I thought, oh, that why not think about that as sharing it with our listeners? Why not think about that in your everyday life? How do you get the texture of where you are and dig in with experiences and a vibe? So cooking classes is a great way to meet
I
new
love
people
that. What
and try
cuisines
something
are,
new.
tell us more about the cooking class. So what type of
Menu
cuisine?
number 1
Mm-hmm.
was French. So French
Oh,
bistro, standard mussels. I'm like mousse frites, mussels and fries. So hand cut fries, double fried. I learned the whole processes.
fries, yes.
Yeah, double fried. Yeah, like the Belgian style.
Mm-hmm.
And poached egg. I learned how to poach an egg and make a basic Dijon vinaigrette.
Okay, Master Chef.
Yes. So but it was like basic is cooking techniques that you should kind of know. And the menu, I would not have felt confident enough or even known enough to make mussels. And I think that's a great dish all the way around. And it's something that I would incorporate in a novel, a character, but I had no idea how you actually prepare it. So getting to learn how this is done, these are things that just appear on the table. I see it on the menu, I order it, and then the pot of mussels appears. I had no idea how it got there.
Right.
I don't know what happened. I don't know where they came from. Now
Is
I
it
do.
complicated making them?
No, it's not. It's
Oh,
a
okay,
lot
cool.
less complicated than you would think. You do have to clean them, but it's like you have to kind of learn how to handle the fresh seafood because you
Mm-hmm.
can get very sick.
Oh, yes.
If mussels gone wrong is a bad deal. So just being able to get that information, and then it was chocolate mousse.
Chocolate what?
Chocolate mousse. Dessert chocolate mousse.
Ooh.
Yes, so chocolate mousse, and then the other class was steak, crab cakes, grilled asparagus, and chocolate lava cake.
Wow.
Very, very, very good. And interesting people and just a good time. So
Is
that's
it
what
the
I'm on
same
right now.
cooking spot, or did you try different cooking spots?
Same place. There's not a
Cool.
lot of options because I wanted to find a place that had cooking and wine. They did not have that. So here, but I mean in
Mm,
LA, I'm sure they do. There was a few different places in LA that I was just trying to research cooking classes all around, but in Detroit proper, there weren't a whole bunch. If you in
mm.
the tag us, send us an email if you're in Detroit and you know of other cooking classes.
Yeah.
Let us
Also,
know. Let
you might
us
have
know.
to serve that need yourself. Um,
Okay.
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 Yeah, I went to a cooking class, well, a couple of cooking classes with Jackson in the last, since we've been together. Went to
Yeah.
one in Jersey. That was a lot of fun. That was one of the first dates that we went on. Then went to one here in Santa Monica at the mall over there, in Santa Monica Place. It was like on the top level. I don't know if it's there anymore, but that was a lot of fun. We don't
Yeah.
do that enough.
I remember
You're
that
actually inspiring
place.
me to do it again.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Well, I hope people listening too find a new idea for something to do. And I think right now in these times, just finding opportunities for joy, real world, real life activations, get out in
Please.
the world, do stuff, get off your screen. I'm gonna talk about more of that in health and healing. So that's my what I'm on right now, right
Well,
now.
yeah, it's a great segue into minding my Black business.
Minding my Black business.
Because today I want to talk about Picnics by Peace. It's a luxury event business in the DMV that was founded by a wonderful young woman named Peace Adebanjo. She was doing these really fun, elaborate picnics during COVID for herself. She did one for her birthday, for her friends. Eventually, her friends were like, girl, you need to turn this into a business.
Of course.
And yes, of course, right?
And
And she was like,
did
nah, I ain't doing all that. Then she realized that there really was a hole in the market for stuff like this. So what she does with these picnics, she goes all out. Okay. Custom
Mm.
signage, color schemes, lush florals. Like you are, it's like Alice in Wonderland kind of exploded in your face.
Wow.
Really elaborate settings in the parks. And they just been doing so well. Now she has like 600 clients. She's expanding her business. Yep, she's expanding her business to do it year round. She also has this thing called Petals by Piece, where you can come together and create your own floral arrangements.
Oh,
And,
wow.
and what I love most about what Piece is doing is that it's more than just serving clients. It's really about creating a sisterhood, creating a community. A lot of the inquiries that she gets, it's not just focused on engagements, proposals, birthday parties, or it's just women just throwing picnics for their girlfriends,
Yeah.
right? So I thought that was really cool. She was featured in Essence recently, and she gave some advice on starting a business. She's like, don't do it alone.
Oh, that's real.
Okay, don't reject help. But most importantly, she was like, the best businesses are born from following what brings you joy. So shout out to Peace. I mean, her name is Peace. So she's kind of living out her purpose.
Yeah, but that's really good advice though. I think especially when you're starting something new, starting it with another person and having because people don't realize how hard it actually winds up being, especially you start with a good idea. And if it's something you loved and then you turn into a business, that adds a whole
Mm-hmm.
nother layer. So having somebody with you takes the bad part at least and offsets it with something good because you get to do it with a friend. So I am 100% behind that advice. I saw something, by the way, this is an aside, Pinky Cole, and she was talking about some of her best business advice. And one of
Mm-hmm.
the things that she was saying was she said she learned this the hard way, but it was about incentivizing the people on her team and how she was thinking about ownership and equity and bringing people into the fold and actually bringing people into the journey in a substantive way,
Right.
incentivizing them with equity, making them co-owners with her. That was one of the tips that she gave in hindsight from the latest things that have been going on with her and
Mm-hmm.
the lessons that she's learned. So very good advice from Peace.
Yeah.
My Minding My Black business is very local to Detroit. Tamala Todd started Sip and Read Bookbar in Detroit and Corktown. So Corktown's a historic district. I think it's like one of the earliest parts of the city. And she has established a place that you go where you can sip Michigan wines and read books at the same time. So it's a reading lounge with wine, with
Yay. Love
local
it.
wine. Yeah. So it's so cute. I've seen it. I haven't been, but I've seen the decor. I've seen the pictures. I saw the news feature on it. It was super, super cute. So all very, very exciting. They're open from Wednesday to Saturday, 11 to 7. If you're listening and you're in the Detroit area, which you very well might catch me there. I'm gonna pop through. I'm gonna pop up on them at one
I
good
love it.
time and see what's going on with Miss Tamla Todd and Sip and Read Book Bar. So she's also a published author. So it's very cool to establish a local place where people can enjoy books and pair them with wine, which is how we
That's great.
usually enjoy a good book.
Usually.
If you're over 21
Yes.
or
Responsible
or
drinking.
or
Wait,
19 in Canada.
did you did you say local wines?
Yeah, Michigan wines. Michigan has a lot of produce. I was just okay, so this has been my summer of watermelon, and I just realized that they grow watermelon in Michigan. So this is and very good watermelon. I mean, so I did not realize there's corn we grow here, apples obviously, but this is a really big produce area. Blueberries, uh what else do they grow? Corn, blueberries, squash, onions, and
Mm.
yeah, so they do Michigan wines. So there's a good growing soil.
Wow,
We're
Michigan
surrounded by
wines.
water,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's some wineries here. So I'm not familiar with them, but I will be because you don't need to give me too much of a heavy
Okay.
invitation to find another reason to drink some more wine. So
Okay.
great. You don't have to strong arm me. I'm in.
Please report back too, because I've never heard of Michigan wines.
Yeah, so I definitely will. And
That's
then
dope.
also we've been talking about buying your next job or buying a business. Angela Yee just went through a list of what kinds of boring businesses create the richest people in the United States.
Really? She
So
really did?
yes,
What?
she did. So I know, I was like, good timing.
Are we trendsetters?
Well timing. We are on trend. We are on time. So laundromats, vending machines, storage facilities, lawn care, pest control, car wash. So I think Jason Derulo has like 30 car washes. He took
What?
all his music money. Yes, I believe so. I saw a video and he was talking about his car washes, and I was like, oh.
Wow.
So yeah, it's really smart. He has a revenue stream from one place and put it into one that might be more consistent. So yeah, he's made his fortune by investing in these kind of boring everyday businesses. But yeah, so it's a thing, y'all. We're telling y'all, we putting you on. This is a thing. You heard about it here and elsewhere. So this is something to think about. Even like vending machines. That's not a high startup cost, but it is lucrative. It has a good profit margin.
The storage facility one, I was like, oh yeah.
But you have to have that. That's a tricky one because you have to do that in the right area, the right place.
That's right.
You got to have the right clientele, because LA might be it's already real estate's already expensive, so it's but other places perhaps because people sure do need a place to put stuff.
30 car washes. Okay, Jason.
I know. Go ahead, Jason.
We see you.
Don't quote me on the exact number, but I think that's what he said.
Listen, the fact car wash is plural, isn't it?
Washes. I was like, oh, you rich.
Listen.
Okay, Jason. He's like, I'm dancing now, but I'm dancing to the bank later.
Okay.
Like, watch my fancy footwork.
Okay. Listen, I'm gonna add car washes to my list of things to consider. Didn't think about that.
It's an interesting. I mean, people gotta wash their cars. If you think about the things if you think like Warren Buffett about everyday everyday activities, everyday items, high consumption items, high consumption activities, laundromat, pest control, obviously, and then
pest control, yes, of course,
plumbing,
of course. I've seen so many tents in my neighborhood, like
LA.
Like my God, termites. Oh, termites.
Yeah,
oh, not
the
termites.
tinted house, the house with the canvas covering is a LA staple.
Yes,
you're always gonna see that
at least once a month, and I know they're expensive.
Yeah, that's a whole. So yeah, stuff to think about. We're gonna make somebody a millionaire on our podcast.
Okay, including us.
I know. I know.
All right, girl. Let's get to Jesus take the wheel.
Jesus take the wheel. Okay, we had to get here.
Ciao.
All is not well in Nicolandriaville.
No. Nicolandria is fine. Nic and Olandria are fine. The nation is fine. We're going to be all right. This is what happened last week.
What had happened was...
So we had a very mid reunion. Very mid. Then Alan, a.k.a. Ace.
Oh, okay.
Did a podcast interview with Speedy Mormon. And I won't go over everything, but these are the things that really annoyed us in the Nicolandria Nation. He expressed skepticism on the authenticity of Nic and Olandria's relationship. He said Nic was being inauthentic. He said that while he's still supportive of Olandria, his relationship with Nic has cooled since the Villa days. He said the producers influenced certain things in the Villa. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to break down why these points don't make any sense because we all know why they don't make any sense. But just to give you a sense of the backlash, the Shade Room posted in support of Nic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Do you know how wrong you have to be when the Shade Room, one of the most toxic places on the internet, to support a white guy over you?
So what do people think is the case?
He's a hater.
So they think that he's just making it up. He's lying.
He's lying.
Okay.
Because we've seen the show. We've seen Nic's intentions. We've seen there have been edits upon edits upon edits upon edits. Like, we can't make something up that's not there. Here's the thing. This is a perfect example of how quickly someone's honesty can turn it into indiscretion. Just because you can say something doesn't mean you should. Okay?
So do you think that at some point Nic, do you think at some point Nic said there's not a romantic spark after the show, or do you think that it could have happened before?
He is claiming that Nic said this in the villa.
Okay.
Which was like 2 months ago. So for the last 2 months, we've seen Nic and Olandria do the thing.
Yeah, so there's no reason to throw salt or shade in the moment other than the obvious self-serving reasons.
This man is 23 years old. So his frontal lobe probably isn't fully formed. So this is actually quite on brand.
Okay.
But what it's 25. I think the age is 25 when your frontal lobe is fully formed.
When somebody does something, when you gotta pull out that his frontal lobe's not fully formed to rationalize what somebody has done, I'm just saying.
Because it doesn't make any sense. It really makes no sense. He even brought up a rumor, so Nic had a injury around his mouth, which then sparked online chatter. Oh, there's herpes. It was debunked. It was debunked. One of the guys said, I was throwing a football and it landed on Nic's face, and that's how he had that bruise. So for him to bring it up again to stoke more of that, it's just,
oh wow,
okay, it got nasty. This is where it's like, I know we need to wrap this up. The jealousy, the ego, the pure hate, that's what's coming through. That's what prompted that man to sit on that couch and just do everything that he did. He only mentioned his lady twice. It was very clear what his intention was. And what made it sad was that Nic and Olandria found out when everyone else found out. Oh. Because he never voiced, or maybe didn't voice them enough to Nic. With Olandria being collateral damage in all of it. So, yeah, we are really trying to move on to a place of positivity. And I think we did. The last 24 hours, both
the
Nic and
Nicolandrians.
Yeah, Nic and Olandria shared charity foundations that they would want support for. Nic's mom is diabetic. Olandria's mom has lupus. And we raised over $30,000 as a community for their foundations. So I think I'm just very disappointed in I think we're mourning a little bit of what could have been. We called them our core four. We were looking forward to content with all of them, with Shelly and Ace, Nic and Olandria, obviously. Shelly and Olandria, that's what we call them. We're really looking forward to that, and I don't think we're gonna get that now. I don't see how you
Yeah.
come back from this, and he's a Leo, so I don't know, like,
He
I
he's
hope.
not he's not wanting to share the spotlight anyway, if he's a Leo.
Nah, and but I do hope as he gets older and maybe when he has real people, like real friends around him to kind of help him through this period of whatever stage or season he's in, I hope he recognizes the error in his ways and he apologizes. I don't know if he will, but I wish him well. But I am very disappointed in how all of this turned really ugly
Yeah.
in
Well,
the
I think that's
last 96 hours,
that. What about your friends? Like that is speaks to what we talked about in the last segment, where about doing it with a friend and doing it together is better than doing it alone. And I think some people are really still very much caught in the mindset of it's got to be me instead of it's got to be we. And this is a we kind of opportunity, and it's better together. It can be bigger together. But I don't
Yeah,
think his mind, for whatever reason, was like, it's got to be me. It's got to be me, not them. It's either or, not both and bigger. So
exactly. Like I
that's
feel like he
that's
left
a real Jesus take the wheel
yeah,
moment.
so much on the table. He left so much money on the table.
Mm,
So after the interview, then there was a PR rollout.
mm-hmm.
He was on Essence. Shelly and Ace were on Essence. Shelly and Ace were on Complex, Elite Daily, all this stuff. So to us, it felt like,
You're trying to
oh,
steal you're trying to turn the camera and the
exactly.
spotlight and take it away from someone else. Take someone else's shine and shine it on you, as opposed to creating your own shine or collaborating and combining.
Exactly.
Wow, that is so destructive.
And
Yeah.
so to the point where Essence had to be like captured before recent events. Like they almost had to put a disclaimer to separate
Yeah.
themselves. So if I'm a brand and I'm seeing this, I don't want to rock with him because
Right. Oh
of the
no.
backlash, right? So
Oh
it's like
no.
you just took money out of your own pocket. And
Yeah.
he was just like, well,
But
I didn't
it
come
takes
to the
people a
game.
while to learn that. And it takes people a while to
Yeah.
learn that.
It
Come to the
was,
game.
oh yeah, he was like, I didn't come to Love Island for clout. I already had 1 million followers. I was on Jennifer Hudson. I had already had a name for myself. I came here to, find love, and people weren't playing it right. And this one was like influences. What really got him upset is, and someone mentioned this, and I think they hit the nail on the head with this one. He really believed him and Shelly were going to be this year's Serena and Cordell, the winners of last season.
Mm.
No, no,
Mhm.
no. He's mad that he did all the things, allegedly, that he may have done all the things that the producers wanted him to do, and he still didn't win. I think that's what got him upset. I mean, even there's a clip of him saying, like, to come out and see Nicolandria. It was like, wow, this is a thing. Yeah, because they are
Yeah.
bigger than the program. You,
Yeah.
sir, unfortunately, I'm sorry, you're not. Like
Yeah.
anyone with intelligence, a brain, when you're watching Nick, but specifically Orlando, how they move, it is very clear that they will have longevity, especially Olandria. Like she is anointed. The way that she carries herself, the way she uh, performs in I don't say perform, but the way that she talks about everything in interviews, she even said it herself. She was like, I'd be on these Zoom calls and I'd look at my picture and be like, girl, you're not supposed to be here. So she even knew that of herself.
Mm.
Look at what they did. She was like, my mom is a lupus warrior. And so they raised money for that. Nick said the same thing. You know,
Mm.
there's a I'm not saying Shelly and Ace aren't stars because they very much are. That's what I think is so annoying. There's more than enough for all of y'all to win.
Mm. And
All
I
y'all
think
can
that's the
win,
takeaway here. I mean, I think that's the broader takeaway, even for those of us who are not Nicolandrians, is that the
you know?
situations arise where you have a choice to make around, are you going to play this small or are you going to play bigger and together? And a lot of times, I just had this conversation with a friend of mine who was we were talking about how in our community, it seems like we trend towards a mindset of scarcity when in other
Mhm.
communities there's a mindset of abundance, and like we like trend to the scarcity decision. It's like, I'm
Mhm.
going to let me backstab somebody, let me not build with this person who doesn't seem like they can serve me on the surface. Let me ignore them. Let me, go and pursue somebody who is more obvious about what it seems like they can do for me, as opposed to thinking, you know what, I'm the plug. Whoever I'm with, we're going to build together. If I want to
Exactly.
join and combine, I have inherent value myself. It seems like our community is really missing that thought process, and other communities do it so much better, and that's something we can learn from. And so I think that seeing this situation is kind of it makes me think of the conversation we were having, because I was saying I've had people not dismiss meeting me, for example, you're trying to quickly get to, well, who are you? What do you do? What
Mhm.
can you do for me? And then making an assessment on that basis in that exact moment. But it's like, you never know where somebody's going, or what they're about to do, or what they haven't told you about, or who they're,
Mhm.
who they're so why wouldn't you just invest in a moment, or invest in what the opportunity is? So I think that that's just a lesson for those of us who, I mean, to kind of watch this play out. It hasn't played out well for him. It seems like it's lost him opportunities, and he thought that is common thinking, but we're seeing it play out. It's not going. It's like, this cannot be how you thought this was going to go.
Yeah, I
So
think he
it
thought
wasn't a good idea.
I think he thought he did his big one in that interview. I think he really thought he was setting him and his girl up for success. And look, I don't know these people, and I think that I wanna talk about in health and healing, but again, this is bigger than the program.
Mm.
W What he underestimated was how y the brand is brolic in Nicolandria Nation. We are filled with smart, talented, educated people that, like I said, I'll go more into the health and healing, but just let this be a lesson that your truth doesn't have to be at the expense of someone else.
Mhm.
It doesn't
Exactly.
need to be. It doesn't need to be at all. So I mean, I wish him and Shelly well. I really want them to win, but I was very disappointed to see how he acted, and we'll see how it goes from there. So that's that was my Jesus take the wheel. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
Well, my Jesus take the wheel is, I was watching, ironically, I was watching something on social media, and it happened to be a video about things that you should not watch. And I said,
Mm,
"Oh, let me check this out." It was really instructive, because I agree with some of these things, and I didn't think about why I avoid certain things, but there was a good explanation. And one of the things is, just as a underlying piece of information, our brain has what's called mirror neurons. So what we see, our brain reflects that experience for us as if we're living it too. So we observe something, and good or bad, and our brain provides us the same experience. We use that a lot in writing and fiction and literature also, because you that's what makes some things feel visceral and like you're in the
mhm.
moment in the scene. It's activating mirror neurons. So it's not just what you observe, but it's also what you are brought to be exposed to. So, like, very conscious about how I'm, especially as an author, conscious of how I'm crafting experiences for people, to make sure that it is there's a reason if I'm giving them something that is a down, and I'm definitely giving them an up, so that it's very balanced experience and ultimately leaves them on a high note all the time.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. But there are certain things that we consume regularly without thinking about it. So one of them is horror movies. So the original poster was saying that horror movies make our bodies and our brain, our amygdala, which senses risks, triggers it just as if it's actually happening. and then we remember it as if it did happen. So we get, it's the moment, like a scary moment or whatever happens on screen, it feels to us like it's really happening. So then we're like that moment of like we're tensed up and screaming and whatever. That's a real stress moment for your body. It's actually
Wow.
happening in your body as a stress moment, as if it was real, not just on the screen. So you are triggering stress, your stress hormones, a stress moment for yourself. So that's just something to think about if you are living a high stress lifestyle and experiencing stress related conditions, or I'm coming out of that right now. So I'm paying a lot of attention to that. So it's just something to think about in not allowing yourself to be, you may be making different decisions. I'm going to talk about this more in health and healing. True crime. Our brain makes assessments based on what we see about how likely something is. And so we watch something on screen and we see true crime, and we're watching like a true crime series or a drama or repeated exposure to these kinds of things. Our brains start calculating the likelihood and the percentages of danger as much higher than it is in reality, because we've been
Wow.
watching it back to back on television. So you start to create a misperception in yourself and your body around your actual safety. And then one of the other things, for me at least, is I have stopped watching cable news.
Oh,
And I
yes,
don't and I
girl.
don't watch cable news
Nope.
because
Yep.
the way that it's structured, everything's breaking news, and it's basically constructed to it's my dog agrees. It's basically constructed to make you crave the next moment on screen. So I stopped watching cable news also. So those are things that, for Jesus Take the Wheel, things that we regularly consume that dysregulate our nervous system. So, and my dog, my dog is participating in the podcast today.
Mocha agrees, especially with the last one. Mocha's like, stop watching MSN, whatever it is. What is it called now? It's not even called MSNBC anymore.
Oh, it's not?
They changed it.
Oh goodness.
I don't even
Oh,
watch it, girl.
there's another one. It's reality TV, interestingly, which I don't
Oh.
really understand, but high conflict reality television. So basically, it's training, according to the original poster, it's training us to expect this type of conflict in our regular lives because we're exposing ourselves to it. So I think it's a certain type of reality TV. I don't watch high conflict reality TV. I watch more relationship based,
But
and
in
competition
recent
shows. So
years, someone said like the producers are very, very interested in the drama and less on the real reason for why these things exist, right? Which is to find
mm,
love, so to speak.
mm-hmm.
So it's interesting you say that because, yeah, I mean, that could explain why the young man that I was just talking about, he,
He's skewing towards drama
he's
instead,
skewing towards drama.
and not leading with love.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Well, well, this is segues into health and healing. So
Man, that article, I need to read that article or whatever the video that you saw. I would love to see that. It explains a lot, though. It explains a lot.
I'm gonna put it in
Anywho,
the show notes so you can see it. Well,
so health and healing.
yes.
Would you like for me to go first?
I will start, and
Okay.
then we'll, because I think they're kind of related, what we're
Okay.
going to talk about, because I was talking about stress
Okay.
and stress response, which is continuation of what I was saying just now in Jesus Take the Wheel. Dealing with I think conditions that are related to high cortisol, which is a stress hormone in our bodies. Me personally, I've had to make so many radical changes around how I approach things. And I'm learning that some of the things that I thought were healthy or acceptable actually were contributing to my stress condition, like
Mm,
the workouts I was choosing, like Orange Theory, for example,
makes
which I
sense.
was
Yep.
doing, which was a great workout. I loved it. But the way that it's constructed, you're constantly changing things. It's high intensity. You're sprinting. You're putting your body in stress condition, which is great for muscle building and all kinds of other things. But when you have high cortisol, it's actually not good. because you're
Mhm.
creating more of a cortisol response. And that was what I did. I was at my most fit, my most effective at Orange Theory, going regularly when my period stopped. That's when it happened. And so not realizing the amount of stress that I was under in my life outside of working out, I was making choices that were exacerbating my stress condition and then pushing myself over the threshold.
Mhm.
So I had to make radical decisions to completely change my workout, completely change my living situation, completely change my location. I mean, I had to eliminate stress entirely in a very, very radical way. Thankfully, I was able to do that. Not everybody's able to do that, but there are decisions that, large and small, that can be made to eliminate stress and to also be thinking about, is this contributing or helping my stress levels and stress condition. So that's why I talked about in Jesus Take the Wheel, things that we commonly watch and consume contribute to high stress. And I think in our community, especially for Black women, I think we're operating at a higher than normal stress level
Mhm.
already. So these are just things to be mindful of, that are we actually harming ourselves with things that the choices that we make that seem like they're small and harmless choices, maybe they're not. So I've just been shocked by how much my just regulating stress has changed my body. Like I said, my cycle has returned to normal. It's back to it's a longer length than it was 3 or 4 years ago. I mean,
Mhm.
it's it's been astonishing to me to see these changes and what actually can and does happen, both what was happening, and then reversing it now, knowing that it's reversible, thankfully, and seeing the choices that I'm making change the outcome that I'm getting. And even from a workout perspective, I have to do consistent and sustained movements, steady state. So I do higher reps, lower weight, the same exercises in every workout. I do walking instead of running at an
Yeah.
incline.
I
Yeah,
same.
so
Same.
so these are all things that had to be changed around because of stress. So that's my health and healing, is that there are decisions that we can make on a daily basis. We think they're small decisions, but actually, when you're especially in a high stress condition, those are big decisions, and they have a significant impact on our health. So part of our healing is the decisions. You don't have to do all at once. You don't have to do everything perfectly, but if you want to make changes, you can make small decisions along the way and start to reduce your stress load. That's it.
100%. So no reality TV, no true
Yeah.
crime, no hit workouts. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think I started to do more low intensity, steady state
Mhm.
workouts. That's what they call them. They call them lists. I also
Mhm.
started back. I started back. What am I trying to say? Started to go back to Pilates,
Yep.
and I don't go to a place, but I follow Melissa Woodhealth online. She has these
Mhm.
workouts, 20, 30 minutes, light weights. It's really body, what is it called when you use your
Body weight?
body?
Body
Yeah, I
weight.
think body weight movements, right? Or body weight exercises. And it's great. It's part workout, part meditation. I think, at least for me at this stage, as I continue my protocol, I think this is probably the best workout to do. And it's
It
working
is.
for you too. So, like, I think
It
that
is.
we really need to factor those things in. We don't
Yeah.
always need to be doing
You don't.
box
And
jumps.
but it looks great on social media. You think doing more gets you better results, but when you're in a high stress, when your body's already stressed and you're a high stress person or have a high stress lifestyle or high stress condition, whatever it is, see your doctor,
Mhm.
get your cortisol levels checked. uh you kind of know if you're experiencing the effects of that, then you wouldn't necessarily think you're doing something to help yourself because I'm going hard, I'm going to attack this, and I think, especially again as Black women, we're like, I'm going in, I'm gonna do all the stuff, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna build muscle, I'm gonna do what I was told I'm supposed to do, but it matters how you do it, and
100%.
especially when it pertains to stress. So yeah. So
I love this
yes,
for you.
steady, gentle, everything, gentle living,
Soft life.
soft life.
Hashtag soft life. So my health and healing, it's really funny. We always do this where we prepare separately and then we come together and there's always a common
There's
theme.
a theme.
But I actually want to talk about the positivity that comes out of reality TV. And there's a term that's been thrown around a lot recently called parasocial. Have you heard of the term parasocial?
Yep.
Okay.
Parasocial
So
relationships.
for those that don't know what parasocial relationships are, it's basically it's when you have a one-sided connection with someone who's like a celebrity influencer, a public figure, where you feel like you know them even though you don't, and they don't even know you. Although Nic and Olandria are slightly different because they're chronically online, so they kind of do know us. But whatever, moving on. So I know whatever. So we're probably going to see a lot of articles in light of last week that are going to focus on the negativity of parasocial relationships. In fact, there have already been some articles because there is a nasty side to it. And people get obsessed and they start bullying people. We're not talking about that. We're talking about specifically the Nicolandria Nation and how Nic and Olandria have inspired us. They've comforted us. They make us feel seen, specifically Black women with Olandria. And I actually just saw a post about non-Black women who are just like, no, Olandria speaks to us too.
Yeah,
Let's
of
not get it
course.
twisted, right? And of
Right.
course, I've been very vocal on my personal page how I felt that Nic Olandria has helped my mental health. Beyond, and I've talked about it on this podcast too, setting aside the relationship, this crew of people online are some of the funniest, the most educated, the most creative people I've ever seen. These edits that people have created and how quickly they create them, these are people that I could potentially hire for my TV shows. I mean, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
The think pieces that have come out of it, that have dissected all the reasons why this nation, this coupling mattered in so many levels. I actually even saw a post of a woman who says, I live in Hawaii. I know a lot about Hawaiian history, but because I've become a Nicolandrian fan, I'm learning so much about Black history. And I'm so glad I'm here and I'm part of this nation.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
It's a commonality that's virtual that brings people together, and it can be very positive, and it also has a layer of not being real. There's a layer that's real because it's real for the people who are experiencing it, and then there's a layer, but it's also not real because you're clearly don't know these people and they don't know you, but there's some pieces that you do know, and there's some pieces that they do know. There's some elements that they interact with. I mean, this is the nature of social media, and I think we're still learning about, how this is not what the people have been doing for the entirety of humanity. It was in person, so our brains have not evolved to process this new kind of social interaction. So
Exactly.
there's reasons to talk about it for sure, and to do it in a
And look,
healthy way.
yes. I mean, look, despite the nasty end of Love Island summer, I am proud to be a part of that nation. Our bond has reminded me our capacity to love, our capacity to build community, to cheer. I mean, to hope,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So the real healing in this is that the same love that we give to them, we can pour back into ourselves. I can proudly say that I root for me the way that I root for them. And I think we all do that too. It's really been, especially like there's another post, a woman was like, drop your dreams and aspirations, Nicolandrians, and let's network together. Like that's what I mean,
Yeah, it's brought
right?
people together in a it's setting the tone for a community that has really no specific connection to each other or the original thing that's brought people together, but this tone was set, and so the community is real,
Yep.
even if the connections are virtual or whatever. But those are real things. That's what brings people together, which I think is kind of like sports too. People get very, very invested
Yeah.
in sports, and it
Yeah.
brings people together. The people on the field aren't necessarily connected to the fans, but the fans are very, very invested in what goes on in the field, and that's another type of parasocial relationship. But we don't connect the dots necessarily, and we have a better way of dealing with sports. But people go crazy with sports, though. People go
Yes.
crazy.
So in the coming weeks, not ignore. I mean, yes, there are some negative things that can come out of these parasocial relationships, but I urge us to focus on the positive. So, congratulations to Nic and Olandria and finding each other, getting that bag. But my Nicolandrians, I have much love for them and really excited to see what we do as a community beyond this, whatever this is.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
The end
that's
of
all.
Love Island summer. There we
It's come. Yeah, we need to end it. But I always say, like, look, I root for me the way I root for them, right? It's
and
not
and
just
that's such a good takeaway. That is but I do think, I mean, people read romance novels. People find ways to hope. So this is another, to me, I just see it as another, even though I'm not familiar with the specifics of Nicolandria, to me it's just another avenue, similar to what you were saying with the woman who was posting about her dating experience. It's just
yes,
another reason to hope, and seeing this play out, people just need to hope. They need hope. So that this is what,
that's it.
if it's reading a book, if it's watching a show, if it's joining a community around a romance that you're seeing play out, let people hope.
Let people hope. That's
Let
what it
people
is.
hope.
And update for that young lady. I think she found her man. I think they're official. She just posted that they
Ooh.
went on their last date and he asked her, will you be my lady? And she
Oh,
said
will you be
yes.
my lady? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Well, well,
Well,
well.
what's good in DeLuLu land on that note?
Well, this is a little bit of old news, but I found this so cool. Robert W. Coleman Elementary in Baltimore, Maryland, replaced detention with this thing called the Mindful Moment Room, where kids, instead of going to detention, will go to this room that is lit properly, nicely, with plush
Mm,
pillows and meditation music so that they can calm down and meditate
instead of detention, which is
instead of detention. Isn't that
mindfulness.
great?
I think that's
And
beautiful.
and so since they started i- implementing that practice, suspensions went literally down to zero
Really?
for a
See?
couple consecutive years. Literally down to zero. You have these young kids
Environment.
who are recentering themselves instead of receiving traditional punishments. It was started by these two brothers, I think. This foundation called Holistic Life Foundation. I am floored. The attendance grew, GPA soared. End of story. That's it. I ain't got nothing else to say. That's
Fabulous.
awesome.
Well, in more DeLuLu land, I have two things to put you on. So, number one, Cadillac Chronicles. So the IG account is Cadillac Chronicles. I'll put the link in the show notes. So they have I guess, old school El Dorado with the top down, and they have all these musical legends come and do live performances riding around the city in the Cadillac. I haven't figured out what city it is yet, but they're riding around the city in the Cadillac. And so they have had the Isley Brothers, Kim, shout out to Detroit vibes, Kim, Warren G was on there. So an acapella meeting in my bedroom from the Silk lead
So,
singer.
yes.
Yes. I mean, it's just something to check out. So good. And I'm gonna put you on to something else, is Elmiene. So I'm gonna spell it Elmiene, which it looks like Elmiene, or I don't know how it's so mispronounced. There's a whole video about all the mispronunciations of his name, but it's Elmiene. And he is a singer, British singer, born in Germany, raised in Oxford. And he's British Sudanese singer-songwriter. So I've been following him for years. This guy is the truth. Just incredible. And this is the soft love singing for soft love season. And he was listed at the BBC Sound of 2024 list. Think of Craig David meets D'Angelo meets something else. I mean, just that smooth vibe, but really just substantive lyrics and that soft love era, talking that talk, saying what you need to hear type stuff. So my favorite song from him is Light Work from his 2024 EP, Any Way I Can. That's my favorite song from him. But he has a new album. I mean, that song is giving the soft love that the Nicolandrians love, that kind of soft love. It's called light work. It's light work for me. That's what he's saying. It ain't nothing to love you. It's light work.
You know what?
That's what that's about.
I'm gonna get my Nicolandrian editors on it to do an edit with that song.
Yeah,
Stay
it's
tuned.
light work. Yeah, I will love. Okay, I'll watch that. Send me the link when it's done.
I love it.
You're welcome, Nicolandria Nation. And so anyway, so he has an album coming out September 5th. I'm at least hotly anticipating it. And he has a single out called Useless Without You, again giving soft love. Useless Without You, all soft love. Incredible singer. And it's giving that zow. So his album is called Heat the Streets. September 5th. Do yourself a favor, however you consume your music, go straight away to whatever your streaming platform is. Check out Elmiene, September 5th. That album, that zow, that soft love. That soft loving shit we need.
I love
Bring
it.
that back. Bring that back.
I'm gonna check this out. All right, y'all. We're getting to the end of our episode. Final word.
Thanks for hanging in there. We get to do these longer episodes because we're virtual. So hopefully everybody enjoys a little extra dose of radical joy.
Radical joy. And on that note,
it's been a packed episode.
Nicolandria for life. That's my final word.
Girl, you need a t-shirt. You need a flag.
I'm getting it all out now because I'm not.
It's the end of summer.
I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
You had to let it go.
Yes, our clients are doing well. They're fine. They're fine.
Well, I saw a video recently. I'm always like, I saw a video. It said, it was actually like a post. It said, may life treat you how you treat Black women.
Oh. I think I saw that one too.
But I'm not going to leave it there. I love that as a final word, but I know our audience though, and I know our audience treats Black women well. So I want to flip that a little bit, and may you be loved softly and in a way that regulates your nervous system. Be blessed, bitch. Be blessed.
And on that note,
be blessed, bitch.
Have a great week, y'all.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.